Hello, Mrs. Lopez. Thank you for being here today to discuss your daughter's results in regards to the feedback you provided on the Comprehensive Parent Caregiver Vineland 3 report. So, for audience purposes, Mrs. Lopez is the mother of Clarissa Lopez, who is 13 years old and 5 months. She is currently going through the RTI process at our campus. There has been some concerns that teachers have brought forward in regards to her academics, her behavior, and mom agreed that she would do her part after it was suggested that we assess Clarissa with the Vineland 3. So we are here today to discuss mom's the parent portion results. Ms. Lopez, just so that you have a clear understanding on how exactly the Vineland 3 works, I know I briefly went over the directions with you in regards to how to score it, but now that we are going to get into further detail with the report, I do want to just give you a little bit of information on the Vineland 3. It is a standardized measure of adaptive behavior. And adaptive behavior meaning the behavior, the activities of daily living that we do on a daily basis to get by each day. So this is what those that adaptive behavior is what was looked at and what you ranked in regards to the 3 domains which were taken into consideration, which were communication domain, daily living skills, and socialization. And to be more specific, and what was looked at in regards to those 3 domains, there was subdomains in the communication section, which were receptive, expressive, and written. And in regards to daily living skills, we did look at the subdomains of personal, domestic, and community. And then in regards to the socialization domain, we did look at interpersonal relationships, play and leisure, and coping skills. Again, all this was what you rated your daughter Clarissa on. And there was another domain, the motor skill domain, but because of Clarissa's age, her being 13 years old, she did not have to be rated in that area. And I don't think that during our RTI meeting you brought up any concerns in regards to her gross or fine motor skills. So let's go ahead and look at the results of your parent form. I do want to let you know, so that you have a better understanding in regards to the scores, that the scores on this Vineland assessment are based on a mean of 100 with the standard deviation of 15, meaning that Clarissa would have needed to score at least an 86 for her to fall within that average range in regards to others of her age. Okay, so if we look at the score results, we do see that her adaptive behavior areas of communication skills, daily living skills were moderately low. Her social skills and relationship skills did indicate that she was adequate compared to others of her age, and her overall summary score was considered moderately low. So her overall adaptive functioning level was a score of 82, which is somewhat below the normative of 100. But again, you know, we have to just know that we're coming together to conduct this assessment, and we will be using the results at campus through our RTI team to get Clarissa where she needs to be. Okay, so I will go ahead and further break down the domains, okay? So that you have an understanding of where exactly Clarissa demonstrated weaknesses. So if we look at the communication domain under listening and understanding, she showed some relative weaknesses in paying attention, for example, to a 30-minute informal talk and understanding what is being said. In regards to communication domain talking, she showed some weaknesses in saying her complete home address correctly, which means including city and state, reading and writing. She did demonstrate weaknesses in filling out paper or electronic forms of 2 pages or more, for example, application for a job or college. Daily living domain, caring for herself. She demonstrated weaknesses, for example, in taking his or her own temperature when needed, keeping track of his or her medicines and refills as needed.
Mm-hmm.
Caring for home, she did show some relative weakness in regards to doing laundry, picking up after herself, washing, drying, folding her clothes, preparing a full meal with 3 or more food items. In regards to living in the community under the daily living domain, she did show weaknesses in regards to being able to checks change to make sure it is correct after buying something. Understands the right to stop a service, whether it be phone or internet service. Understands the right to report a problem with a product, service, and in regards to his or her living situation. In regards to relating to others, which is under the social skills domain, and remember that this was where she did demonstrate strengths. She did show some weaknesses in regards to interruptions or being rude, in regards to choosing friends with good qualities, and in regards to doing things that her friends want to do even when she would rather do something else. In regards to playing and using leisure time under the social skills domain, she did show relative weakness in regards to planning ahead on her own things to do with others of her age, for example, planning to get her homework done or a project. And looking further at the social skill domain of adaptation, she showed some weaknesses in regards to understanding that some of the things conveyed in advertising might not be true, and in respecting other people's times, for example, not keeping others waiting or not interrupting others who are busy. So it does appear that I did point out a lot of her weaknesses, but remember that there's a lot of strengths prior to these weaknesses. I just wanted you to get an understanding of where she might have been ranked a little bit more concerning, but do know that we will be working together to make sure that Clarissa gets to where she needs to be in regards to communication skills, in regards to her daily living skills. And although she did score adequate in regards to social skills and relationships, we still want to make sure that we work together so that we can improve those areas, because we do know that Clarissa is a great candidate for improvement.
Okay.
What are some questions that you might have? I know that this was a little quick, but you are going to keep a copy of this report. What are some questions, Ms. Lopez, that you might have?
My question is that I know that you, along with the teachers and everybody here on campus, is going to be the best that they can do, in order to help her improve. But my concern is, what can I do as a parent to help her also kind of work where she did score low on?
That's a very good question, Ms. Lopez. If you turn to page 10 in the report,
Okay.
you will see that there begins a ranking of her the statements where she did rank high and low. So for example, here it is going to tell you that checks change from purchases for correctness. She does not demonstrate that. So at home, you can practice with her in regards to maybe sorting change and knowing the value of coins.
Okay, and another question that I had, since you said you're going to provide me with this, I'm just wondering, when would we be able to meet again, just to kind of assess her again after we've already been working on this for a while? Is there going to be another meeting?
Yes, that's a great question, Ms. Lopez. We are going to implement this at the beginning of the school year, so let's go ahead and wait till the end of that first semester. We'll reconvene. We will go ahead and assess again if we have to, and let's see how she's doing at that point.
Okay.
Great questions. Thank you so much for your time, Mrs. Lopez.
Thank you.
Thank you.